Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Cherie Dharmani. I'm an intern at ubAdvocate under the guidance of Mr. Jeevan Prakash Sir, AOR, Supreme Court. Today I'll be speaking about my topic, need for uniform civil code. To debate onto whether or not should we have uniform civil code as to be implemented, it is necessary to have an idea as to what the UCC is. Uniform civil code are a set of laws that govern personal matters for all its citizens, irrespective of what religion they belong to. UCC is a bill that has been proposed in India which shall replace all the personal laws with a set of common laws that shall be applicable to all. The Uniform Civil Code is set to cover all the public laws and laws that relate to marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption, and maintenance. The ongoing debate as to whether or not should UCC be implemented has been a major issue in the 21st century. The reason being that India is a diverse country, and hence there are several groups of people that follow various religions. Implementing UCC thus shall require all of them to give up on their own personal laws, which might spark an issue. Women's rights is another important factor that is to be considered. The main idea behind implementing the Article 44 of the Indian Constitution is that implementing UCC shall strengthen the core of the country by bringing in unity and integrity, as the country shall then reject all the personal laws of different communities, and there will be implementation of gender inequality and equality among different religious groups. In India, Goa is the only state where Uniform Civil Code has been made applicable. The Goa family law is nothing but a set of civil rules that govern the residents of Goa and Daman, irrespective of their religion and ethnicity. Cases that put light on the need for uniform civil code in the country. There have been several cases that put light on why is UCC the need of the hour. The cases being first, Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Shah Bano Begum. In this particular case, Shah Bano Begum in the year 1985 approached the Supreme Court of India in order to seek maintenance from her husband Ahmad, who after 40 years of their marriage divorced her under the triple talaq system and hence denied her maintenance. Apart from that, apart from the one he was required to give under the Islamic law. Shah Bano Begum claimed maintenance under Section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. In its judgment, the Supreme Court stated that Section 125 of the Criminal Procedure Code was applicable to all its citizens, irrespective to what religion they belonged, and hence the contentions of Ahmad to not pay maintenance cannot be entertained. The Supreme Court also stated that in such scenarios, UCC would have helped, as it would remove the confusion that was created by different personal laws. Second, Sarla Mudgal versus Union of India. This is another Supreme Court case where the court in its judgment stated how important it was to implement uniform civil code in the country. The issue to be addressed in this case was whether a Hindu husband who got married as per the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 could be remarried to another woman by the two converting into Islam without divorcing his first wife, who continued to remain a Hindu. The court held that the latter marriage shall be held invalid, as converting into Islam just to solemnize a second marriage is an abuse of the personal law. Such a marriage shall not be considered valid and shall also be an offence under Section 494 of the Indian Penal Code. Third, John and another versus Union of India. Yet another case that showed why was it important to have UCC in the country. This is a writ petition case filed by John, who stated that Section 118 of the Indian Succession Act was biased against Christians as it imposed restrictions on donation of property for charitable and religious purposes via a will. In the court's judgment, it was held that the said section was unconstitutional and hence it was struck down. The above stated cases are only a few examples that showed why UCC was the need of the hour. There have been several other cases that show the same too. Importance of Uniform Civil Code. Secularism, which means separation of religion from civic affairs and the state, was added in the Indian Constitution after the 42nd Amendment. The inclusion of the very word states that India needs to have a uniform civil code in order to have common set of laws for all the citizens of the country and present equality that is mentioned in Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. Implementation of Uniform Civil Code shall not only be a huge step towards the progress of the country, but shall also help to resolve the issues and discrimination against women or against women that they face on religious grounds. It shall also bring about unity in the country and reform the social system altogether. Uniform Civil Code mainly focuses on implementing common laws that majorly relate to provisions that personal laws deal in. Hence, replacing personal laws with Uniform Civil Code shall create a common ground for all the cases that fall under marriage, divorce, maintenance, adoption, and succession, and hence there shall be no discrimination whatsoever. The benefits of implementing UCC: equality. Implementing UCC shall help bring about the equality to all irrespective of what religion they belong to. Second, equality as stated above shall not only be brought about for people in general belonging to different religions, but also between men and women. Third, discrimination exists in the society in some form or the other, and thus to avoid it, bringing every citizen under the same set of laws is very important, as it would leave no scope for any sort of discrimination. And lastly, personal laws that exist today favor the upper class section of the society, and hence to give them equal status and hence to give equal status to all. Implementing UCC is the best way that shall bring every member of the society, irrespective of what class they belong to, under the same law. Conclusion: Uniform Civil Code, if implemented, shall bring about a huge difference in the society and shall be a huge step towards the progress. In my opinion, discrimination and inequality does exist in the society, and to fight those and to bring about equality, UCC is the best way out. It is an ideal way to give citizens their fundamental rights and to bring about the equality and secularism that is stated in the Indian Constitution. Just how criminal procedure code applies to all, irrespective of what religion or class one belongs to, similarly, it is high time we now have the same personal laws as well. Because discrimination stays in cases of marriage, divorce, inheritance, and succession is at its peak, and it is high time that it is controlled and there is equality brought within. Thank you.